Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. My name is Jared Budlong. I'm running as an independent candidate for governor in Alabama. If you haven't seen one of these videos before, this is a campaign meeting. This one specifically is going to be related to field operations, and that is us talking about getting in front of people, boots on the ground, door knocking, phone calls, event participation. Pick something where it's in person, in the field, where we are campaigning. So that is the focus of this meeting specifically. Try to keep comments and questions related to field operations. If you have questions about policy, those are Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Central. We do a meeting just like this. You can come on social media and comment, or you can actually participate in the meeting, which I should have mentioned in our strategy meeting earlier today. But you can come participate like you're seeing below me here. That is a publicly available Google Meet link that is on my website on the events and meetings page. So if you want to join the conversation and have some vocal participation, we welcome it as long as it's constructive and on topic. So let's get started with field operations. First and foremost, let's mention that we are 66-ish days away from the election, depending on if you're going to count midnight or when the polls open. But we are little over 2 months away, and we need to make sure as many people are A, register to vote as possible, but B, know that I'm running as a write-in campaign and can spell my name. So keep spreading that word. And next, we're going to quickly talk about the fact that we have an event tonight. So if you're seeing this video today, September 3rd, there's an event in Mobile at Cedar Street Social Club. It's a benefit concert. A local musician named Gabe Willis of Paw Paw's Medicine Cabinet is going to be playing music. We have a craft cocktail available. It's called an old-fashioned policy meeting, spelled with like meat, M-E-A-T. It has a candied bacon garnish from a local bacon smoker slash serenader, Billy's Bacon. They smoke their bacon behind their music stage at the restaurant, and it literally is serenaded bacon. It smokes while it's being sung to by musicians. Wonderful. Anyway, they candied it for us. We're gonna have that as the garnish for our old-fashioned policy meeting. It's gonna have maple syrup, cinnamon, black cherry. It's gonna be delicious. Show up if you can. That again is at Cedar Street Social Club tonight, 7:30 to 9. There is a meeting happening in Foley on September 8th. There's a Meet the Candidates event. So there's a bunch of candidates that will be there. I believe we are all speaking briefly to the people who are present. So if you're in the Foley area and want to talk to some local candidates, but also some statewide candidates, myself and I believe Yolanda Flowers is going to be there. So we'll both be there to talk, and I would love to see you. I should have a table. I'll have some of our a free swag, the pens and stickers and things like that. If we can get some yard signs in, I will do my best. Part of that's funding, so if you'd like to see some yard signs there, feel free to donate, and we'll get those ordered. They only take about 2 days to come in, so if you can order them before Tuesday, I should have them on Thursday for the event. We'll go from there, and then we are currently looking at planning some events around the state. So I believe Tuscaloosa and Auburn are the two that are in the works. It may be Tuscaloosa and Huntsville. Taylor, I think, is the one working on those, and she is currently at Dragon Con. So I can't confirm those cities off the top of my head, but it's one of those. It's two of those three: Huntsville, Tuscaloosa, or Auburn. And we are looking at showing up at colleges. So it's either I think it's A&M that's in Huntsville, and I think we have a Huntsville native. Yeah, Ethan. I think it's A&M that's up in Huntsville. It's either that and Auburn, or that and Tuscaloosa, or Auburn and Tuscaloosa. Two of those three. So we're looking at getting up there and just talking to the college students, because this is their future more so than it is mine. So their input is incredibly valuable and wanted, because this state will be theirs when I'm gone. So that is what I have for upcoming events off the top of my head. I'm gonna check the calendar real quick. There are plenty of events that people can show up to around the state. For our volunteers, at least, we have a volunteer event list, which is stuff that we're aware of that's happening around the state that are bigger events that are open to the public that people can show up to. So if you are in one of those areas, please show up and go to those events and start spreading the word. You don't have to rely on me to be there. I would love to, but I can't make every event. So if you can go to those events, spread the word, just talk to people that are there and let them know that I'm running. You don't have to try and argue on my behalf. You can just make them aware that I'm here, send them to the website, and let them know that they can schedule a meeting with me at any point, since I can't be everywhere at every time. and all of that's done through the website. You can literally schedule a virtual private or public meeting. I prefer public. I think I say that every time we have a broadcast. That's why we're doing this publicly. Those are available to schedule on the website. So I think that's all the major news or major events that are coming up currently. So the other thing that we are still trying to get people to do, if it's something you're willing to do for us, is canvassing your area. So I can't go knock on doors in every part of the state. So a way to do that is to have our local volunteers canvass around neighborhoods. And even if you're not officially a volunteer, if you want to help us canvass, you are more than welcome to do so. Please reach out to the campaign and we'll send you a link to track where you've been. And that way we're not double knocking on doors, but also we can make note of places that we should not go back and visit. So some places just aren't safe, and we don't want to send anybody in those locations again. We don't want to do it in the first place, but if you end up somewhere and they make it very obvious that you should not come back, we want you to be able to mark that and keep everybody safe moving forward. So there's a way to do that as well. I think that's it for the broad stroke pieces. So from here, I think we will talk about the event that's tonight. I think somebody commented on TikTok real quick though. Hold on. Radio House, I'm not sure what you're saying is ridiculous. Sorry. And hey from Ozark. What's up, Nicholas or Nichols? Let's see if we have. That will become a tag after the live ends. Amanda, I'm not sure what you mean, so you'll have to clarify. I'm not sure what you mean on that. All right, so field operations. So our focus today is going to be the event tonight. I want to make sure we're hashing out any last minute details. Ashley, we talked about it in the strategy meeting briefly, but the idea here is to use any leftover or set aside some of the food so that if something is left over, we can repackage and distribute that to the houseless community here in Mobile. So that will be that'll be one of the things we're focusing on for this, so we can make sure we're not wasting food that we've ordered. And the event starts at 7:30. We will be there. I'm aiming to get there around 5. If we need to get there a little earlier, let me know. But that's my goal.
Sounds good. I was thinking 4 o'clock.
Okay, so I'll aim to get there at 5. The live stream thing, I've got to test my laptop to see if I have the connections necessary to make sure the setup will work with their setup. So I've been there before, so I'm roughly familiar with what they have. Most sound systems have the same outputs and inputs, so all the inputs should be fine. Gabe's going to handle those. The outputs would need to come back to whatever device we're streaming from and be able to live stream out. And that's the part that is going to be tricky with the laptop versus the desktop setup that I have. So I think we can get into the nitty-gritty details here because this is field ops. It's not strategy necessarily. So I'm running off of a DSLR camera now that has a mic input. So I should be able to take a line out from their soundboard and go into the mic input on the camera, and from there, that video and audio together from the DSLR should be able to go to the laptop and be used as the single source. I haven't tested that, so I'll be testing that after this meeting. Unless we end early enough and we want to try that live, I don't particularly care. It might be beneficial to have multiple people here to try and test that as we get towards the end of the live, and that way we're not missing any other conversations. So we'll show up at 5. Event starts at 7:30. Everybody else volunteers somewhere between, I think I said 6 and 6:45 is the latest people should be showing up if you're going to volunteer. If you're in the area, Alex, you have a hall pass to get here when you can. So take your time, be safe, and we'll see you when you get here. Let's see. I need to reach out to Gabe to see when he plans on getting there. Make sure he's good to go and doesn't need anything from us. I still need to go get the maple syrup for the policy meetings. I still really like that name, by the way. I need to get maple syrup. I have the candied bacon. I picked that up yesterday before I went to the Fairhope First Friday Art Walk. That was an okay event. There weren't a lot of people there. I guess I got spoiled with the Mobile Loda Art Walk. There's thousands of people there. The Fairhope one was a much smaller event. Still some good people I talked to. Ran into a few people that go to both as vendors, which was cool. Ran into Prism United, a local LGBTQIA plus advocacy group. Sarah Rutledge, I think is her last name. She runs it. She's super cool. I'm trying to think if there's anything else for the event though. Ashley, what am I not thinking of that we need to prep for the event?
Do you plan on bringing any like signs or advertising?
Yeah. Okay. I've got two of these banners, so we'll bring both of them. One can be on the inside on the stage, and then hopefully we can hang one on the outside facing Dolphin Street, and that way it gets some attention. Hopefully, that way for foot traffic. I mean, it's a Saturday evening, so hopefully some people will be walking by and get interested and want to come hang out.
She said she didn't seem to have a problem with that because I asked her if we could do it on the Dolphin Street side corner, and she said that's fine. You know, whatever y'all need. Cool. So,
yes, swear jars or jars for beard votes. I have my. It's a glass, and that's the only thing I wish I wasn't using. I have a glass pickle jar we've been using for our swear jar. So for anybody who's new and isn't aware of that, the ongoing joke is that the state has pissed everybody off so much that we're probably filling up a swear jar at home. But instead of doing that, you can use my campaign as your digital swear jar. So every time the state pisses you off and you end up swearing, donate to the campaign. And we have a running menu, for lack of better terms, of the various words you might use. And to make you feel better, we have combo deals, so you can swear twice and get one free, and not have to pay it. With the exception, there are two that we don't give discounts for, but you have to check the menu for that, because I'm not going to use them because they don't get discounts. So we'll have that. Yes, Amanda. The ones for the beard votes, I don't know if we have anything in place. I'm trying to figure out what we can bring. I mean, we could just use cups potentially.
That was kind of my thought originally, was like solo cups or just big cups, and then write their number down, and you'd need some like name tag type things or stickers that they can put on their shirt with their number on it.
Okay.
And then that way the numbers correspond, and they can, okay, I want to vote for number 1.
Yeah. Okay. So
that makes sense.
It does, and I think I've got it's gaffer's tape. I think Ethan's probably the only one who may know what that is, but I've got gaffer's tape we can put on the cups and use it for name tags as well. And we can just use a Sharpie to write the names down, so we should be good there. Nicole in TikTok asked a quick rundown for the cause. The cause is me. I'm running as an independent candidate for governor, and this is it's a fundraiser for the campaign. So that's the goal. Hopefully you're still in here to see that. I know you asked a few minutes ago. Cool. Mallory, if you're still here, I hope you're still here, so you can see me say hey. I saw your hearts. I just was in the middle of a sentence. Yeah, so we'll do cups, and we're thinking like solo cups, right? Is that right?
That was my thought.
Okay. I can get cups while I'm also getting the maple syrup. Ethan, go ahead.
I just wanted to, since you mentioned the gaffer's tape, in your, I think it would be probably a stronger financial position to use painter's tape for labeling cups.
Yeah, gaffer's tape's expensive. I already have some though, so
okay.
Yeah,
I just wanted to make sure that was said.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Gaffer's tape is not cheap, for sure. But I have some on hand already, so we'll probably just use that. I don't know that I have any painter's tape on hand currently, or like masking tape or anything else. I think the gaffer's tape is probably our on hand availability, and we'll just use that. Because it's like 75 cents a foot or something. It's ridiculous for the pricing, but it's already here. Let's see.
Also, we have the prize ready if someone wants to pick it up, or if we need to drop it off somewhere.
No, I can come pick it up. I saw the picture, and I'm pumped. It looks super cool. I don't know that we're sharing that. I don't know that we've shared that yet or not. There is a. Is it a surprise? Ashley, did we make that a surprise? Do you know? I don't think we've. Or Amanda, you're the one who's posting on social media. Let me ask Amanda. Have we mentioned what the prize is yet? it's going to take like 30 seconds to get to her. So we'll see if she replies. If we haven't and we can, I'll just say what it is, because it looks really cool. You'll have to come in person to see it, but I'll tell you what it is if Amanda's cool with it. I want to make sure we're not holding it. Whatever. We're just going to say it. I've given her like 30 seconds. It is a custom-made wooden comb for your beard or hair, whatever you want to use it on. But it's a custom-made comb made by Anita and John, mostly John. But we'll have it there for the competition. I don't have a photo handy, otherwise I would display it. But it does look really, really cool. And if I don't win it, I will be asking for one afterwards. Let's
You will
see.
get one for sure.
Yeah. We've been testing back and forth for I guess about a month now on trying to get it right to where it's a stable product. 'Cause, we're using natural materials, so you got to make sure it holds up to testing and usage. So we've gone through a couple versions, but it looks like we're at a final stable version. It looks really good. So the event again is at 7:30 from 9. If you can show up, cool. If not, we're going to try to do a live stream. Keep an eye on social media for a post about that. And if we do the social media one, the idea is to have a less expensive ticket available that you can purchase for that live stream, and then we will go from there. And I think that's it for this. Does anybody here have questions about either the event today or field operations in general? Because I know, Ethan, you're relatively you're new to the campaign as the volunteer side, but I don't know how long you've been following along and seeing other meetings. But do you have any questions that you want to ask today?
Yeah, actually, on top of campaign volunteering, is there any active do y'all do like regular volunteering, like actually like community outreach?
Yeah, so that is something we're trying to build up. We don't have a separate application for that specifically, or a separate form for that specifically, but so a little history is we were a part of a different organization before June 1st, and June 1st we broke out on our own is the way I'll phrase that. We basically had to start over from scratch and had to rebuild the infrastructure internally. So we don't have that currently, but are more than happy to start offering that, or letting people offer that service or that time to us, if that's something you want to help us come up with, at the very least the infrastructure for, like, what questions need to be asked, who might be in charge of making sure that that's actually happening, and what the results are and things like that. Let's discuss. Maybe not. I don't know if you have the thoughts on that right now that you want to talk about, or we can do it at another time.
I don't really have anything like prepared for it behind the question itself. I know that there are certain places in Huntsville, like Manor House and other like food distribution, and there's like Adopt-A-Miles and general like things like that that you see on the day-to-day, but I don't really have anything written out or set up on my end.
Yeah. Okay. So
I just like.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just like being able to easily find ways to like help with the community.
Yeah. So you're talking about resources with the campaign helping existing organizations as a form of like mutual aid, situations like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's nothing in place currently. Ideally, our groups already have those groups that they are working with and will continue to work with. We don't have a list of available relationships with mutual aid organizations. We don't have anything like that currently. I was thinking it was the other way around. I thought you were asking if we had groups of people who are going out and reaching the community for the purpose of campaigning through those other organizations. It was like, I'm all for it. Sounds like a great plan. Don't have anything here yet, but let's set up a meeting and we can chat about that. If you want to do it before next Saturday, let's schedule a meeting. Otherwise, you can have the time next field operations on next Saturday, and we can talk about it then. As long as I'm not overlooking something, nope, we should still be good to meet next Saturday. So if you want to, if you don't, it's okay. I wasn't sure what the
No, it's
the
it's
long
good.
term.
Like I just wanted to like ask and see if what was already in place, and we can talk next week, and I can actually like write out more complete thoughts.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. Yeah, if you're willing, that'd be awesome. We'll do it next Saturday at the field operations. In fact, I will put that in the notes for the meeting, and that way we are aware that that's going to happen. So I'm just going to change the title and put mutual aid with Alex.
Ethan.
Ethan. Yep. Sorry. It's our first meeting together, Ethan. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Cool. All right. So that one updated. That should remind us. Ashley, what you got?
I wanted to, before I forgot, before we get done with this meeting, I do have something I wanted to add on our previous meeting this morning.
Yeah.
But I had to jump off and drive for a second.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to comment back whenever you're ready.
Yeah. No. Go ahead.
I have someone that actually served on the jury and was able to tour the prison in Mobile.
Yeah.
And that is wanting to give sort of a testimony of the conditions inside.
Okay.
If you want to do that
Yeah.
one night.
Yeah. If they are willing to put their however much they are willing to give about themselves and say something publicly, we will happily hear and rebroadcast. So if that's on camera, just audio, if it is a written testimony that they want us to read on their behalf, whatever they would like to do. I don't know what their situation is, so I'll say it that way.
Not sure the legality of being able to do that, but
Yeah.
I feel as if it's the greater good. So
Yeah, so whatever they can. So again, if it needs to be an anonymous, a publicly anonymous testimony that we're aware of the authenticity of it, then I'm good with that. I mean, that's where we're getting a lot of the video content from the inside from people who are, we know who they are, but they don't typically mention it on camera. Not that it's hard to figure out because they're filming other people, but they're intentionally not sharing that information for good reason. So I will respect whatever information they want to present about themselves and that testimony.
I will let them know. Thank you.
Yep. All right. Let's see. I think I have a message. Nope, it was just some other notification. Okay, I think we're set. So we will end this out now. And if you're in the Mobile area, we'll see you tonight at 7:30 at Cedar Street Social Club for the Beard Unplugged event. And if not, then we will see you Tuesday for policy or next Saturday for strategy and field operations. If you're in Foley or the surrounding area, September 8th, there is a Meet the Candidates event. It's at the Foley Civic Center. Yep, Foley Civic Center, which is 407 East Laurel Avenue in Foley, and it is going to be, according to my calendar, from 6:30 to 8:30. So we will see you there if you want to come meet candidates from the Baldwin area, but also statewide. So there will be some statewide candidates if you're not in the Foley area. Let's say you're Mobile or Escambia, further south, further north. If you want to and can make it, we'd love to see you there. So y'all have a good rest of your day, and I will see some of you in a few hours. Oh, and if anybody wants to hang out on the Google Meet, we're going to end the live stream, but if anybody wants to hang out on the Meet,